Hi, I'm Elena Chapman. All right, you know what? There are so many people who are what I call emotional vampires. They are the people that have to complain all the time. No matter what you do, no matter how you come in with your vibration, they want to suck the light off of you. They want to take it. Now, sometimes we always say that like draws like. Okay, that when we put our vibration around us and we're getting going and we get it out there and we think we're doing so well, we think we're going to draw in people just like us. That is true. We will draw in the opportunities and all that wonderful things, the people, the opportunities, the environment into our world. But I have had so many people say, Elena, I can't get rid of these people who are sucking the life out of me. That can come in so many forms. It can come from the woman who comes up to you and says, oh my gosh, I just have to tell you about the worst thing I've had happen today, and I don't know what to do about it, and I've got the worst thing happening tomorrow, and I've got the worst thing happening in the past, and it never ever gets good. And they seem to thrive off of this, what do I want to say, this yucky state of going from crisis to crisis to crisis to crisis. But they have to tell you, they have to pull it out of you. And they call constantly, and they're always wanting to be around your light. Why is that? Why is that? Because they can't have the light themselves. They haven't done the work inside to gain that light. I've had actually men even come up to me and say, I just love your light. Come to find out they don't have that, because when they're around me, they're always trying to draw it out of me. They want that light. They want it by osmosis. They always bring me the sadness, and yet they want me to bring them the light. Now, you have to look at yourself and say, well, why am I getting this? Well, I hate to tell you, if you have light like that, sometimes you will get these people. But if you're getting them all the time, they can actually suck it out of you. The other thing is, you might be giving too much sympathy. And if you give sympathy constantly to people who are constantly coming and constantly have something that they're drawing out of you, drawing that energy out of you, and have the sob stories, and you're to fix this, and you're to fix that, then it's also up for you to say, hey, wait a minute. Maybe this is not what I want to do all the time. Maybe this isn't, I don't need to answer that phone call. Maybe I don't have to go down that road again. Maybe I do not have to be your sucker. Okay? And being brass, but I'll tell you, that's what it is. You got to stand up and say, hey, this isn't for me. This is not what I want. And make yourself a little more in your time a little more valuable. Maybe you don't answer the phone call, the door. Maybe you walk the other way. Just saying, nope, not this time. Now, I'm not saying don't be helpful. And I'm not saying that, when somebody needs your help, you're not there. But if it's consistent, never gets better, person who is always bringing your energy down, and when you try to do something that they are always telling you, how can you do that? I don't understand. How can you live that life like that? You just can't do that. That is an energy vampire also. If you leave a conversation where you feel so depleted that you actually get a headache, then that person is pulling the energy out of you. And that's when you have to say, is this worth this relationship? Is this really worth it? What am I getting out of this relationship? What is she getting or he getting out of this relationship? Is it equal at all? Am I feeling what I also need too? Is that like draws like? No, I don't think so. Energy vampires look for people with light. And like I said, because they don't create it themselves. And I have known quite a few energy vampires in my life. I have. They love the light. When I was growing up, especially because I was the kid. Remember, I was a kid at 18. I went to study with Wayne Dyer, Dr. Wayne Dyer, because I couldn't figure out why everybody was so grumpy. I couldn't figure out why everybody felt like they couldn't do things. I didn't want to be like that, and I wanted to figure out why I was so different. So I also went because I couldn't figure out why everybody was always attaching to me and then trying to suck the energy out of me. Always telling me what I couldn't do, what they couldn't do, and how come they're unhappy, and how come I was so happy. And just a headache on top of headache, and never seeming to get better. Well, if you are one of those people, you are not being insensitive when you say enough is enough. These people don't always want to get better. They thrive on this. And you will soon be able to tell the difference. Because if you are a helpful person and you feel that light, the first thing you want to do is help them. So you give them some little bit of advice. You give them a little bit of warmth. And my gosh, if they take it and they're starting to help themselves and to start to grow, then my gosh, that's fantastic. You're helping another person. But if they just come back to you with the same story or something worse, and they're always just drawing your sympathy, drawing more out of you, that's when you need to say, I'm not going to answer that phone call. Or, I'm really busy tonight. You owe it to yourself to take that light that you have and feed it to people who will grow, or to have others around you that you can give off the light and they give it back. That's when things really burst into happiness. You owe it to yourself to save that precious light that you have and not get it sucked out of you. You owe it to yourself to take that light and just spread it to those who not only want it and need it, but will do something with it, or have light themselves that they're feeding back to you. That is like drawing like. And that is when you're in with people who are of the same vibration, and you can start to grow, and feel good about yourself the more you grow. You put a flower in with a bunch of weeds, and the weeds will choke the flower. You put the flower in a bed of all the other flowers, and you keep the weeds out, and it will flourish. So I'm just saying, if you're having the life sucked out of you, if you're getting people who are constantly drawing on you, then take a look at yourself. What do you want to do? Do you want to flourish, or do you want to be strangled? It's really that simple. I'd love to say that it's easier, something more pleasant and wonderful, but I do know so many people who are surrounded by people that suck the life out of them. And it comes to me, people are always asking me. That's why we're doing this blog. So, no more. Shine your light, but don't let people take it away. All right, I love you all. Have a fantastic weekend. Namaste. This is Elena Chapman. And if you want to learn more, go to Elena Chapman Life. My gosh, on that website, I have so much. I have other blogs. I have vlogs. I also have products. I have a really cool becoming rope. I have books. I have meditations. I have all that cool stuff. And if you want to just even learn about the events that I'm doing and the speaking, it's all on ElenaChapmanLife.com. So go visit it, see what you think. No wonderful tricks or anything. However, I do have a free download if you're interested about your own transformation, and a little bit to tell you about transformation and how to go through it easily. If you're interested in that, it's free. It's there for you as a gift. Love you all. Take care. No more energy vampires for you. Enough is enough. All right. Bye-bye now.